Hello, welcome to Non-Inkables. This video is about all of the ink colors, which I think of as Harry Potter things because in addition to loving Disney and Lorcana, I also love Harry Potter. Check out my Slytherin sweater. I'm not a Slytherin, I just think that this sweater out of all the houses looked the best when I was at LeakyCon, and so I bought it. I am a Ravenclaw, in case you're wondering. Every single test I've taken has told me that I am a Ravenclaw, and I've always felt like I was a Ravenclaw. And so, Ravenclaw here reporting for duty. Anyways, so in Lorcana, there are 6 ink colors. So there is Amber, Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, Steel, and Amethyst. I think of Amber, Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire like the 4 Hogwarts houses. Amber, number 1, is like Hufflepuff because 1, they're both yellow, of course. Also, Hufflepuff is all about hard work, dedication, patience, loyalty, fair play, and they're also super inclusive. They have the fewest dark wizards, and I feel like Amber is similar. So, in Hufflepuff, the head of the house is Pomona Sprout, so Professor Sprout, played by Miriam Margolyes. She is hilarious. If you ever watch her interviews on Graham Norton, she says the craziest things. She tells these stories, and the stories do not go where you think they're going to go. The ghost of Hufflepuff House is Fat Friar, and Hufflepuff, the color yellow, their colors are yellow and black. Yellow is supposed to be wheat, black is supposed to be soil, so it's a house that corresponds to the earth. And fun fact, in their hourglass, the one that counts the house points, it is not amber, it's actually yellow diamonds in there. And notable Hufflepuffs include Newt Scamander, Cedric Diggory, and Teddy Lupin. And when I was looking up stuff about Hufflepuff, in French, the house is called Pouf Soufflé, which I think is so cute. So, because Hufflepuffs are all about like community and working together, I thought Amber was very similar because Amber has the character abilities like bodyguard and it protects the other characters from getting challenged. It also has a lot of characters that let you heal locations or other characters such as Rapunzel. Amber in Lorcana also is a color with very few villain characters. So the only villains that are in Amber right now are Chernabog, Queen of Hearts, Gaston, Hades, and the Queen. Amber is also a color that doesn't have evasive because I feel like Hufflepuffs are not evasive. They don't have rush, they don't have ward, they don't have reckless, challenger, or resist. So Amber is full of bodyguards and singers, which I feel like is the vibe of Hufflepuff. They just want to protect everyone. They're all about community and maybe they like to sing. So some cards that I think are very characteristic of Amber / Hufflepuff are Kida, Protector of Atlantis. Obviously, protector of all. Joshua Sweet, because he is literally a doctor. And it also has cards that are super helpful, like Pluto and Doc, which makes it easier for you to play other characters. It also has all those cards that heal damage, such as Rapunzel, Quick Patch, Heal What Has Been Hurt. And in the actions, it has like Healing Glow, Control Your Temper, Quick Patch, those community things that Hufflepuff is all about. The next ink color is Emerald, which is obviously Slytherin. Slytherin traits include cunning, ambition, resourcefulness, determination, pride, self-preservation, shrewdness, and per Dumbledore, a certain disregard for the rules. The head of Slytherin house is Snape, and the ghost is the Bloody Baron. And the colors of Slytherin are green and silver, and they have emeralds in their hourglass, which emerald, and it is associated with water because the mascot, I suppose, animal for Slytherin is snakes, and snakes are associated with water in Britain because of like Loch Ness Monster and stuff. Famous Slytherins include the Gaunts, so Tom Riddle's parent on one side, the Lestranges, Voldemort, Umbridge, Malfoy, Snape, Crabbe Goyle, all those people. So I think that in general, Slytherins are known for being cunning and maybe a little evil. And the colors, the cards in Emerald do the same. So you have a lot of cards in Emerald that force your opponent to discard their hand before they can even play the cards, such as the Emerald Steel discard deck. And Emerald also has evasive, which I feel like is a very Slytherin, sneaky Slytherin thing. They also have reckless. And they also have ward. And ward, I think, makes sense because Slytherins are all about like self-preservation, and ward protects those characters from being attacked. Emerald color also has a ton of villains. So Ursula, Prince John, Dr. Facilier, Gaston, Hans. And the actions in Emerald are also evil, like vicious betrayal, hypnotize, do it again. And so that is why I think Emerald is similar to Slytherin. Also, one of the cards in Emerald, so Helga Sinclair, Femme Fatale, she can deal 3 damage to chosen damaged character, and that is a very Slytherin thing of like knock them while they're down. And so yeah, I know I sound pretty mean about Slytherins. I'm married to a Slytherin, so you know, I feel like they're all very proud of Slytherin house and think that they're the best house. Okay, so next is Ruby, which is Gryffindor because they're both red. Gryffindor is all about daring, nerve, chivalry, courage, bravery, determination. They're headed by Minerva McGonagall and then later Neville Longbottom. And their ghost is nearly Headless Nick, also known as Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington. And famous Gryffindors include Potters, Weasleys, Dumbledores, Hagrid, Lupin, Sirius, Lily Evans, Hermione, basically all the main characters. And their colors are scarlet and gold, and their mascot animal is a lion. And they have rubies in their hourglass, which makes sense that they would be associated with Ruby Lorcana. So I think of Gryffindors as kind of aggressive and impatient sometimes. And so that is reflected in the ruby ink color because there's a lot of characters that have reckless, they have rush, so they can attack when they're played without waiting for their ink to dry. And they have actions such as Dragonfire, Fan the Flames, he's got a sword, cut to the chase. I feel like it's all very attack, attack, attack. Ruby also has both Aladdin and Jim Hawkins, and I feel like that just gives main character energy, which is what rubies and Gryffindors are all about. And the last house, last but not least, is Ravenclaw, which is my house, aka Sapphire. I almost feel like I should play a Sapphire deck just because my house is Ravenclaw. And I have tried to play both a Ruby Sapphire deck and a Sapphire Steel deck. And while I like playing them, I find them fun. For competition, I feel like there's so much thinking that happens every turn because you have so many resources to work with. There's so much ink, there's so many cards that I worry about finishing the game on time and unintentionally drawing. So that's why I don't play those in competition currently. But maybe I will with the new cards. Things will change. So the traits of Ravenclaw include wit, learning, wisdom, acceptance, intelligence, and creativity. The colors for Ravenclaw are blue and bronze, and their animal is an eagle, and it's associated with the sky. The head of Ravenclaw House is Flitwick, who is a charms master and a dueling champion. And the ghost is the Grey Lady. And Ravenclaw is associated with air. And the hourglass that holds the Ravenclaw's gems are blue sapphires. So it makes sense. Other famous Ravenclaws include Ollivander, Trelawney, Gilderoy Lockhart, Quirrell, unfortunately, and Cho Chang. Fun fact, both McGonagall and Hermione were considered by the Sorting Hat to be in Ravenclaw. And I think both were hat stalls, meaning that it took the hat like a really long time to decide which house they should go in. And I think they both picked to go in Gryffindor. So I think Sapphire color as an ink color has a lot of inventors, such as Belle, Maurice, Hiram. It has a lot of engineers like Audrey, Ramirez. It has detectives like Mickey Mouse and Basil, and then a lot of mentors like Phil, Mama Odie, Chief Tui, Grant Matala. And so I think part of Ravenclaw is about intelligence and creativity, and Sapphire seems to reflect that with all the items and cards that let you ink more than one card per turn, so then you can have more resources to play with. And then, Ravenclaw is all about like learning and intelligence, and it has actions like develop your brain, which is literally learning stuff, and falling down the rabbit hole, which I feel like happens a lot when you're learning and you get really into something, kind of like how I'm really into Lorcana right now. Okay, so those are the 4 houses. So there are 2 ink colors left that are not Hogwarts houses, because obviously there's only 4 Hogwarts houses, and they are Amethyst and Steel. And I think that Dumbledore is Amethyst and Steel is Voldemort. So first of all, Amethyst is like Dumbledore. So Amethyst as a color has a lot of spells. and it has a lot of cards that manipulate things and let you get lore in a non-traditional manner, such as Goat. So Goat Bounce. So you have these mechanics that are different from all the other colors that they can't do. And I feel like Dumbledore is similar in that he also is inventing new things. So he's famous for discovering the 12 uses of dragon blood, and he also invented the Deluminator, which basically do things in new ways, similar to how you can get lore in different ways with Amethyst. I'm also a big subscriber to the Super Carlin Brothers theory about Dumbledore's big plan, about how basically he is behind the scenes doing everything to make sure that Harry Potter ends up becoming the kind of person who would sacrifice himself to defeat Voldemort for the greater good. I realize that is Grindelwald's tagline, but basically that's what he's doing. And I think Dumbledore's a very manipulative guy, and I feel like the Amethyst cards are similar in that way, in that they just kind of manipulate things. So they're not just like, play a character, play an action. They're kind of like, play a character, ooh, bring that character back, kind of thing. And then Steel to me is like Voldemort, because Steel as an ink color feels like it's all about strength. And Voldemort is all about strength. He is very focused on just power and just like raw power, like attack power. And Steel, I think, is the same with cards like Ba-Boom, Fire the Cannons, Along Came Zeus, Smash. I feel like all the cards in Steel are all pretty much about attack, and Voldemort is the same. He doesn't care about things like love or friendship, maybe because he can't, because he was conceived under the love potion, and so maybe he's not capable. But Steel to me is also all about strength and showing how strong you are and your power. And so that is why, to me, Steel is Voldemort. So as a recap, Amber is Hufflepuff, Emerald is Slytherin, Ruby is Gryffindor, Sapphire is Ravenclaw, Amethyst is Dumbledore, and Voldemort is Steel. Those are my thoughts. So let me know what you guys think, and if you disagree with me about which ink colors go with which. And as always, keep shuffling, and hopefully you don't end up with a whole handful of non-inkables like me. All right, bye.